go back there and make sure the bastard's dead. Move, Lieutenant Baird.
There goes a record. What? I went from lieutenant to war criminal in less than a week.
As you were.
The accused are denied any right to an attorney and may not question the authority of this tribunal.
So we can't ask why you're doing this now.
At the conclusion of this tribunal, I will issue a fair and swift verdict.
Right, of course you will.
Colonel, are we being charged with doing our job?
The charges will be defined as I hear your testimony. Now, Lieutenant Baird, begin with the last time we saw each other.
I've been a lieutenant for a week, so when I was told reinforce a supply convoy, I was ready to show off my stuff.
That's one way to describe your behavior, Lieutenant.
Whatever it looked like it was headed right for our convoy. Only Paddock knew what was looking at, but he didn't say anything. Not yet. We'd been in Halville Bay for a few days. We'd seen some action, but nothing like, you know.
Nothing like what, Lieutenant?
Nothing like Karn, sir. We went as fast as we could, sir. There was no saving that convoy. I'd heard other units talk about the glowing wretches, but I thought that was just soldiers telling stories. Turns out it's not. Our old convoy had been wiped out in minutes. Never seen anything like it.
We have to find whatever did this.
When those wretches died, they exploded like they'd been drinking out of a fuel tank. I hoped we wouldn't be seeing them again anytime soon.
Colonel Loomis, this is Lieutenant Baird. Big problem, sir. Our convoy just got destroyed.
Then move on to the Museum of Military Glory. It's under attack.
Sir, whatever destroyed our convoy's still out there.
Noted, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Come on, Kilo. You heard the man.
I heard him. Doesn't mean I like him.
The museum was on the other side of the river, the side the cog no longer controlled. I thought maybe we could slip through unnoticed.
Yeah, nice. Kind of reminds me of my old wine cellar.
Wait a minute. You have a wine cellar?
Hey, look, a man gotta spend his money on something.
So this is the UIR sniper rifle.
This isn't a gun! It's a comrade.
Someone designated the old town a Hammer of Dawn free fire zone without telling any of us gears about it. And with our radios down, we had no way of letting Control know we were there. We needed to hurry.
Bring it on! Move
piece of advice. Stay out of the light.
It was faster to go through the empty buildings than around them. They were all so abandoned. If no one here had been evac'd, where was everyone? I know we're forbidden from using enemy weapons, Colonel, but to survive out there in the field, you have to know how to adapt, and I'm an adaptable man.
We got a healing canvas! Hit it! These crowds seem awfully interested in your museum! Panthers! Incoming in!
trapped in the cycle. You could not escape.
I don't think so.
Is that all of them?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Boomer!
Close the hole!
Fight! Boomers! Coming in!
Man, I ain't never seen so many grubs in one place before.
I know. Let's just get inside.
Everyone in the balcony got wiped out, sir. Everyone?
Luma sent us. Where should we go?
You're not Onyx.
I'm Onyx.
No, you're not, Cadet. Stay here and defend this area. The East Wing is getting hammered.
All right, Kilo. The grubs seem to have a thing for us today. Get ready to disappoint them.
Our problems weren't just on the ground. Something had been inking the sky real bad. Nemesis were everywhere. No wonder our comms didn't work.
Hey, they're on the move! Where are you? Left side! Left side! They're fighting on crack side! Nice work! If it fronts, it does!
Here's a souvenir.
Everybody, collect some ammo in case more show up.
Status report. Eagle, can you see Hayes Squad? Bring it up! They're bringing us up! We can't see anything! We're pulling back! Who's still with me? Eagle, can you cover? Where are those reinforcements?
Enemy spotted!
Any and all reinforcements, proceed to the east wing. Black 4 is getting hammered over here.
If we don't hurry, they're not going to make it.
Black Force said they were losing the East Wing. He didn't mention they lost everything on the way there. The Grubs are obviously taking Halvo Base seriously. They've got some kind of elite shock troop soldier out there. Wears a funny one-eyed helmet. Who knows how they manage to aim so well?
Enemy spotted! Sergeant!
We saw a new grub today, Colonel. Obviously, shock troops of some kind, with a strange helmet. They were tough. Very tough.
Enemy spotted!
Behind that door was the East Wing, and Black 4, whatever was left of them.
Something big out there.
Whoever's coming through that door isn't selling insurance. Get ready, Kilo!
Black 4 had been trying to protect Nasser Embry's original armor. Anything that many gears were willing to die for must have seemed pretty enticing to the grubs. I was wondering how in the world this became our mission.
All right, refresh your weapons and get ready for more. Love these things. Hostiles! I'm bad!
That feeling.
What the hell is that?
That's the end of Halvo Bay.
There's only one way out of here.
Two, actually. One involves dying.
While the quickest way out was through the archives, I learned a lesson. If you're trying to avoid Locust, don't go downstairs.
Paddock, if you have any intel on that grub upstairs...
I do have intel. Stay away from it.
More intel, Colonel. In the archives, we found grub eggs of some kind. We could have smashed them or let them hatch. I've made tougher decisions.
Gross. Got it! Wait! Did you hear that? Ah! Gooey.
Oh no! Hell no! I don't do bugs!
Get behind it! They look vulnerable back there! That's unpleasant. Ah! Gooey. Got it. Scrambled.
Centipede!
Something tells me we should make sure we get all those eggs.
Scrambled. That's unpleasant. One for me.
Out there! Not here!
Man, I thought the grubs walked around on two legs like normal people. Can we go now? Please?
Contact!
I'm not scared of bugs! Stop these things!
Just in case regular grubs weren't upsetting enough. Everyone okay?
The grubs blew a hole through that wall. That's enough slithering and enough eggs. I prefer to shoot at something that walked around on 2 feet for a while.
Dibs!
What have they done to my marksman?
A sniper rifle with no scope! Ha! Those grubs are real geniuses!
Radio check.
I got nothing.
Our comms were sputtering back to life. Whatever was blocking the signal must have moved on. Dust in our faces, dust in our eyes, dust in our guns. The grubs knew we were in trouble, so they came in close for the kill.
Whew, glad to be out of there. What's next?
Well, we call in and make sure Control knows what's going on. To Control! I need Loomis!
What is it, Lieutenant?
Colonel, some grub riding a monster just wiped out every rifle at the museum. Request guidance.
Kill the grub, hold the museum.
Colonel, Haddock here. This grub, Goraznia, they called him Khan.
This isn't Goraznia.
My army threw all we have at him.
Colonel, what about the light mass missile?
Cadet, leave strategy to men with bars. I don't want to hear a word from any of you until Paddock's boogeyman is dead and I can...
How's that missile work?
It's classified, but there's one here in Halvo. The inventor teaches at the academy.
Yeah, Professor Elliot. I worked in his lab at LaCroix before he went military. The missile draws power from refined emulsion. The more emulsion, the bigger the boom.
Courtesy of your big boom.
God.
How close were you to the impact point?
Close enough. That thing would burn up this entire city.
This one's low yield. After the Hammer of Dawn, Elliot stopped working on it.
How low yield?
Baird, or Lieutenant, to fire that thing, you have to get the targeting beacon, the launch codes, personally activate the missile on site, and get this all approved by command.
Control, Kilo here. So, we're gonna get the light mass missile online and use it to kill General Khan. Any objections?
Works for me. All right, come on, Cadet. You're going back to the academy. That's an order.
Cadet Hendrik, I'm curious to hear what it takes to convince an Onyx Guard cadet to steal one of the COG's most powerful weapons.
I was against it, sir.
That's right. Run to Daddy.
Maybe you could show me and the army you volunteered for a little respect.
I tried that, and look what it got me.
Cadet?
Colonel, I'm an academy cadet. I had to see if my friends were all right. A sewer line led from the museum to the academy, so we took it.
Did you encounter any locusts in the sewers, Cadet?
None, Colonel. They were all busy, topside.